even though the BJP has come to power, I don't see a strategy. I don't see a clear direction. I see a lot of talk. I hear talk about clean your country. I mean, are we serious? Clean your country is a strategic national government program. Well, it's not working, is it? I don't see it working. You see it working? Okay. I don't see Swachh Bharat working very well. Huh? What?
Well, I think they're agreeing that it's working.
You think it's working?
Okay, the house is divided.
Yes, it's working. Okay. No.
Let's have a raise of hands.
Okay, let's ask another question. Do you think Make in India is working? Do you think so?
No.
You think youngsters in India are getting jobs? So Swachh Bharat isn't working, Make in India isn't working, Connect India isn't working. So I don't clearly see, I don't clearly see a vision that the BJP is projecting. You know? So for me, for the Congress party, we have to come up with a potential vision that we can give to the people of India. How are you? No. What?
से आप रिप्लाई दिया उससे आप सेटिस्फाई है जैसे स्वच्छ भारत को लेकर उन्होंने कहा कि मेक इन इंडिया से उन्होंने कहा कि आगे बढ़ा है वर्क कर रहा है
नहीं actually it was not clear. Swachh Bharat pe half the room said nothing has happened and some people said something has happened. Make in India, I think more people said not much has happened, some people said things have happened.
Well, he fired a few shots and quite a few of them boomeranged. Rahul stumped when that interaction with the students of Mount Carmel College. Big shout out to the students for being very, very open, very well prepared and asking some very pointed and weighed questions. Does Rahul Gandhi get full marks for his responses? Were they convinced by his answers? Let's ask the students themselves as they join us live this evening. I say good evening to Shifa Kouser, a third-year Bachelor of Arts student. Along with her is Niyang Pertin, the third-year Bachelor of Arts students again. And then we have another Bachelor of Commerce student, BCom student, third-year Dyuti Krishnan. And then a first-year BA student in Aanandi Sarkar. Good evening to all of you. First, I have to say to you and all the other Carmelites, good job done. It showed that you are very well aware. You asked very nice, pointed questions. Whether or not were the answers convincing, what happened at that moment when the house was divided? We'll try and understand all of that from you. First, let me start with you, Niyang. You asked the question on Irom Sharmila.
Yes. Yes, I did.
Yeah, were you prepared for the answer? Were you happy with the way Rahul responded? What did you ask and what did he say?
Frankly speaking, Mr. Rahul Gandhi had been talking a lot about conversations and having a dialogue with the public. So in regard to that, I asked him about having a conversation or having a dialogue with Irom Sharmila, who's been fasting for so many years. That was the question that I asked him.
And how did he respond?
I didn't really get a very satisfying answer to that, but I think the answers that he gave to other questions were very satisfying.
Right. Let me also ask you, because you're live right now, were you already aware that you will be the person who will be asking the question? Were these questions already made aware to Rahul Gandhi? In the sense, was there any level of preparedness? These were the questions, or it was just a random selection? You just randomly asked, Niyang, it's your chance, you answer. You ask this question.
Yeah. No, none of it was planned at all. And I only asked the question because the moment I said that the house is open to the floor is open to questions, he asked me if I had a question to ask him. So that it was spontaneously I gave him that question.
Right. Shifa, I'm just going to come across to you. I'll come to you, to Dyuti and Aanandi in just a bit. Shifa, you asked the question that was very current. It's just around the Bihar polls. What was your question? And what did you make of, the overall interaction with the Congress Vice President?
My question to him was basically about corruption, about their disastrous defeat in the general elections in 2014. And how they're focusing on just defeating BJP right now and not doing anything in the line of restoring faith of the country in their party. He did answer. He said that tackling corruption was the first issue that he will be handling, and he talked about the Mahagathbandhan in Bihar elections, and about how the chief minister that they nominated, Nitish Kumar, has a clean record, and they're going to make sure that they handle their corruption allegations well. So to my answer, he did answer, he was pretty convincing.
But did you get the answer to the Lalu question? You asked a question about why tie up with somebody like Lalu Prasad.
Yes.
Did he duck that question, or did you think he answered that too?
Yeah. He did agree. He did say that we are in an alliance with Lalu Prasad Yadav, and he did agree that there have been allegations, there have been questions on the integrity of Lalu Prasad Yadav. But that was pretty much he said. He didn't exactly go into it. He digressed. He evaded from the topic at one point.
Did you also feel like asking him his point of view on dynasty politics? The fact that somebody like Tejasvi Yadav was Deputy Chief Minister of Bihar. You thought he would speak about all that? Or did you think that he just was a little evasive about the way he responded and stuck to Nitish Kumar? Be honest about what you thought would be the response.
He just talked about the good parts and the parts that they got right. He made sure he talked a lot about Nitish Kumar and his clean record, and tried to cover it up and try to cover the other allegations by talking about Nitish Kumar.
True. Just making opening comments, just setting up who asked what, and then I'll come back to all of you to understand what happened in between. And you were there amongst the crowd, so you can tell us a little more after I speak to Dyuti and Aanandi also. Dyuti, your question was about the Congress party per se, wasn't it?
Yes. So my question was, we see a lot of regional parties, powerful parties coming up, and in my opinion, they see Congress as a supporting role only in the political scene. So I wondered whether this was the beginning of the end of the great old party. And he did mention that it is not the end, it is doing its best, but he also mentioned something like Congress is an idea. So that was his reply.
But were you happy with that response? Somebody who's the Congress Vice President.
Honestly, I wasn't. But I have to be honest here. He was on his way out. So I'm guessing he did not have much time to answer that question. So he did as much as he could.
But you would like that question.
No.
But you would like that question answered strongly when you see somebody like Rahul Gandhi interacting with students. You would want some more conviction in the way the answers were put through. Were you left with that feeling? Perhaps next time you would answer it a little more convincingly.
Definitely.
You would. Right. Aanandi, you're nodding your head. You asked a question too. What was your question? You talked about women's safety and empowerment. Why did you feel like asking that question to Rahul?
No, I didn't ask a question about women's safety and empowerment. He was also on his way out. So I asked a question pertaining to my own state. I'm actually from West Bengal, Kolkata. And my question was something about the political state of affairs of my city. And, since the ruling party is TMC, since this entire conference was about education and youth empowerment, you see people there are not very happy, and neither are the students. So I asked him what is his take on it, how will he influence and inspire the youth to come into politics and to give a new face to this nation, because there is so much of unrest in the cities. Students have been revolting against
What did he say?
I just wanted to have his opinion.
So what did he say?
Well, he was honestly on his way, and he was on his way, and there was a paucity of time.
So he couldn't really
Right.
cater to my question as such. It was definitely, so it was unsatisfactory, but I definitely wanted a better, firm answer to it, because
Firmer
I guess not
answer
only
to
me,
it.
but the rest of the people
I'm just asking you this before we come to the actual part of when the house was openly divided. He asked two questions. He decided to conduct a snap poll. So let's ask these questions. But before that, let me ask you this: did he engage with you the way you thought he would? Any of you can answer this question. Did he engage with you the way you thought he would?
Well, honestly, I was a part of the crowd,
in fact, all he wanted was
did.
a very friendly environment.
Yes,
and
Niyang.
that was exactly what happened. It was,
Yeah, carry on.
It was supposed to be a very non-political environment, and I think up to a certain extent it was.
Yeah, complete. Although then what? Niyang, complete. I thought you stopped midway.
Yeah, no. Like, that's what I had to say, that they wanted to maintain a very friendly and open environment where you could have, two-way conversation with Rahul Gandhi and with the students. And I think we achieved that. I think Mount Carmel did achieve that with Mr. Gandhi.
Tell us now, okay, let me ask Dyuti this, because I think you, so that you don't overlap one by one. Dyuti, what happened when he asked those questions about Swachh Bharat and Make in India? That the first response, which is contrary to his expectations, seemed to be very spontaneous. What happened? You were on the floor. Tell us what happened.
The entire crowd, I could hear yes equally as much as I heard no. So everyone, it's a democratic country, everyone has their opinion. So I heard yes and no equally. So I don't think his opinion should actually matter right now.
No, we are not getting about who got it right, who got it wrong. I'm just saying, what did you as students feel when you were part of the crowd? Just take us through that emotion, and how many people suddenly said yes. Now, was there suddenly a realization, oh, that's not perhaps the answer he's expecting? So then did the voices then mute themselves, and did the opinion change?
Definitely no.
Go ahead, Dyuti.
Among the crowd I saw, there was definitely no changes. There was whoever said yes, I did hear a yes, and whoever said no, I did hear a no. But
I see Aanandi now shaking her head next to you. What happened, Aanandi?
No. It's see, when he asked that question, the first response we got was a yes, and then it was followed by a no. So there was a conflict of sorts. So if you ask for my own opinion as a student, I feel that, it is on the behalf of, as a responsible citizen of India, Swachh Bharat Mahan, or, everything, it also depends on us. If it is successful, if it's unsuccessful, it is also because of us, because we are responsible for it, and not only a government body. So, there's no point.
Right, so you're saying that initiatives like Swachh Bharat or initiatives like Make in India, okay, they can be initiated, but they need to be successful for people to embrace the movement. Niyang, what's your point of view? What was happening around the group of students where you were when you asked the question?
Well, as she said, the house was clearly divided into two. Many were saying yes, and then again there were certain who were saying no too. But yes, his reaction, that was something that he didn't expect.
Yeah. But in spite of the fact that the reactions were contradictory to his expectations, I think he handled himself pretty well.
Yes.
Because he did not fluster or stammer. He took it pretty well, actually.
He stood by his ground, actually. He did not stammer.
Yeah, he did not. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, so he did not, you say he did not stammer, or he stood his ground. He maintained his opinion that according to him it doesn't work.
Exactly. Yes. He took it pretty well, and he tried convincing us, and he accepted the fact that we had different opinions.
Yeah.
And I think that was actually really nice to see that he stood his guard and did not stammer, or I don't know. He was pretty calm and took it well.
But tell me something. Let me ask you this. I'm asking you out of curiosity. Did you get the feeling that even though he was saying we should engage, we should converse, did he embrace your opinion? If a larger part of that crowd believed that perhaps those rhetorical questions and his opinion was wrong, did he embrace and say, perhaps I'm wrong the way I look at it? Did you get that feeling? Or did you feel that he still maintained his position. Aanandi?
Yes.
I'll come to you, Shifa, in just a minute. Let me get Aanandi's opinion, then I'll come to you, Shifa.
Yeah.
Well, yes, he did maintain his opinion. Now, I mean, it's firm, it's absolutely all right. If you believe in something, if you believe that Swachh Bharat Abhiman is not working, and if you're standing for it, I think it's perfectly fine. And it's also perfectly fine if people have different opinion. If we feel that if it's working and he feels it's not working, I think it's all right to believe in it, as long as we stand by our ground of belief.
If I may say...
Yeah, Dyuti.
If I may say, he definitely did not expect the reaction of, yes, Swachh Bharat is working, but he did not, I'll say the statement that he did not make a statement that, maybe I am wrong, but it did seem like that he was accepting the fact that many believe that it is working. Just because he did not make a statement saying that maybe I'm wrong does not make him the bad person here.
No, we're not making anybody the good person or the bad person. We're just saying that perhaps he was stumped by the answer and the response that the Carmelites gave him, and perhaps he was stumped by the fact that they were so aware about, and they asked him pointed, weighted questions. The final question, Shifa, as I wind up. Tomorrow, winter session of Parliament starts. There was a question on GST. There was a question on the fact that why is it that a government that wants to take initiatives you need to oppose? What would you want the Congress Vice President to do? Because he's leading a party which has got the strength in the upper house. We saw the last session washed out. Are you having expectations from him after interacting with him today?
Yes, after speaking to Mr. Gandhi and seeing him make his points, put across his points about tolerance and about accepting other opinions and giving a chance for other people to speak, I think it will make a big difference, because this at least changed my perception about him. It was nice to see him come out and interact with us and be so open to us about it. I mean, he was politically biased, but he also put his points across, which was, I think it changed my perception at least. I mean, that is something I'm going to take back after this.
Niyang, final word from you as I wind up.
Yes, I think it was a wonderful opportunity that Mount Carmel gave us, that we got a chance to interact with Mr. Rahul Gandhi. And as my friend Shifa has just said, I definitely have a change in perception, and my views about Rahul Gandhi has definitely changed for the better. And I really have a lot of expectations from him, and that he will lead us, the youth, to a greater goal.
Well, perhaps, and next time onwards, he should perhaps answer your questions a little more strongly and with a little more confidence and firmly than he did today.
Definitely.
Yeah, you're willing to give him the benefit of doubt. The next time he should perhaps walk away with your accolades rather than get the benefit of doubt. To all you ladies, wonderful job done. Thank you very much for joining me this evening.